When that $1,000 comes in to pay the bank, whether it's at the end of the month or half month, is $1,000. Most of it goes to interest upfront. That is how the bank take off their payments, and a very small portion goes to principal. If you want to reduce the interest payment on your loan, you have to put more of it to the principal than the interest. So as the principal reduces, the charge on the principal, the interest charge, will reduce. Most private sector companies that I'm aware of, large ones, my own in as well, pay bi-monthly. So it is nothing new for us, those of us who have the cash flow. So that is a key. Some smaller business would not be able to have the cash flow to pay bi-monthly based on how their collections of cash come in. And I will get to that shortly from a government's perspective as well. So I believe for us in the private sector, the larger ones who have the cash flow and could afford will certainly go there or is there already. So I don't think it's a problem for us there. But the smaller and more medium-sized ones where cash flow can be a difficulty and may have run overdrafts, it really depends on how their business get their monies in order to facilitate those payments. So that'll be my comment on that. Regards to what government have done with bi-monthly, I have no opposition to the fact that they want to pay their staff bi-monthly. As Dr. Fletcher alluded to earlier, it exists a lot in various sectors, for example, construction and so on, and where he spoke about, the construction guys will be in bars paying and so on. The only issue is that is the financial literacy part, because a lot of people may not understand this is not getting money twice a month in sense that you're getting two pay in twice your pay then, sorry. You're getting the same pay, but
it's the same salary in half. It's split in half. That's right.
That's right. So if you can't manage your money, you will not be any better off in terms of what happens. And I'm not sure I buy the argument that there'll be so much more money circulating in the economy, because Dr. Fletcher said it already. All the major service sectors like construction and others have bi-monthly payments now, and they spend accordingly. It wouldn't, in my view, if you include certain public sector workers, you'll see a huge injection of money and economic activity generated far and above what exists now. So that is left to be seen from that perspective. But I think the one thing I certainly have to disagree on, that I cannot understand yet, even when PS Mike Sylvester explained it, is how your loans, and I heard Dr. Fletcher talk about gross interest payments of 200,000 is going to drop by 180-something thousand when you get paid twice. My conversation with the financial institutions is this: if you have a loan payment of $1,000 a month being made, and if you take a mortgage, I'm taking Dr. Fletcher example of a mortgage, and you have interest and it's paid on a reducing balance basis, and you have a fixed payment every month, let's say $1,000. When that $1,000 comes in to pay the bank, whether it's at the end of the month or half month, is $1,000. Most of it goes to interest upfront. That is how the bank take off their payments, and a very small portion goes to principal. If you want to reduce the interest payment on your loan, you have to put more of it to the principal than the interest. So as the principal reduces, the charge on the principal, the interest charge, will reduce. That is the only way you can get a savings in terms of a mortgage payment on your loan. On top of that, the banks have the view now that once you see they have this bi-monthly payment, all they're going to do is split your loan payment in half. So if you were paying $1,000 and you're getting paid the first by the 15th and by the 25th of the month, what they will do is take 500 upfront and 500 in the end. Because the banks are aware that if you put all the money there and it goes through their account and they go to the ATM and they see, they may take all. And the banks may not get the full $1,000 at the end of the month, because you have other deductions that may come out from that person's salary, whether it is up in the front or down in the back. So it is one of those things that is difficult to understand how your mortgage payment or your mortgage overall, even as Dr. Fletcher alluded to, in the end, at the end of the 25 years, you're going to be paying less interest. The only way you can pay less interest, in my view, Dr. Bob, is that you have to get extra money to put on the principal. So you reduce your principal faster. As a result, your interest charge will come down. The maths is not complicated. It's a simple maths. And if it's on reducing balance basis. So I would like to see how those calculations, I heard he said is research assistant. I'm open to seeing how the research assistant arrived at that, what about $40,000 in savings based on what Dr. Fletcher presented. It'll be interesting to see how that came up. But understanding how the banks take their payments And when you pay you're paying to your mortgage, I don't see it off the top unless you have extra money coming into place on the loan. All of us have had mortgages. If I want to reduce my mortgage faster and I get a bonus payment and then I throw some against the loan. And I specifically tell the bank to put it against my principal, because that's the only way your interest will come down. No other way.
Hi everyone, thanks for checking out the Bub Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.